Hey y'all, it's your girl Symone and welcome back to my channel. If y'all can see by the title, today is another story time. So before we get into this video, y'all already know what to do. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, give a girl a thumbs up, comment down below, and don't forget to follow me on all my social medias, Instagram at Vivalayoshii, TikTok and Twitter. Let me move all this stuff over. TikTok and Twitter at LifeWithSymone, and follow my business page at Vivalayoshii. So let's get into it. So today is a Subbie Sunday, y'all. I know I haven't been doing this in a while. I'm sorry. But yeah, let's get straight into it. Oh, this is long. Okay, well, not really. It's not. It just looks long. All right, let me go straight into it, y'all, because I got somewhere to be. So basically, when y'all see this video, one half I'm going to be recording now, then I'm going to go out, and then I'm going to come back, and then I'm going to finish recording. So by that time, I might be a little faded. So if I start acting a little different, just know that's why. So let's get into it. So this one is titled, "The Time I Flew Out to Chicago and Caught Him Cheating." Hey, Symone, my name is, I don't know if you want me to say it. This story might be a little long, so I apologize in advance. I hope I don't get judged because I was young and I still have a lot of trust issues because of this situation. I changed the names already. So this was my freshman year of high school and I started talking to this boy on Instagram. Let's call him Liar because that's exactly what he was. So he had a girlfriend at the time and we were just cool friends. He had relationship issues and I would help him. Even after him and his ex broke up, he'll be stuck on her and I'll be there for him like a dummy. So finally, one day we were talking and Liar tells me him and his ex is done again. So I asked him what is he's gonna do now. I said, do you need to find someone else? And he tells me, no, I have all I need right here. So I'm getting all excited and happy because I did really like him. Even when he was in a relationship. Wrong, I know, but I couldn't help it. I was catching feelings quickly. So we start dating and it's long distance because I live in Florida and he lives in Chicago. It's all good at first and he starts to change. He starts to speak about a girl named Ariana, which is not her real name, by the way. It's me and friends because I wanted to know who she was. He starts talking about his junior prom and I make plans to fly out to Chicago just to go with him. So guess what I do? I got my ticket, hop on a plane, and go to Chicago. Your parents let you do this? And you said junior prom, so that means you was in the 11th grade. Okay, let me finish. I went to prom with him and everything was great. We got intimate the night of prom, but we used protection and everything. Mind you, that was my first time being intimate, so he took my virginity. And that's the only thing I regret. 2 days after his prom, I had to leave Chicago and go back to Florida. He started acting different once I left. Taking a long time to text back and just giving me nonchalant energy. Somehow he accidentally added me to his close friends and I seen messages between him and a girl and she was asking him how he was feeling after last night. Girl, when I tell you my heart sunk so deep, I was hurt and hot as fuck. I went off on him and he apologized and somehow pulled me back in. I was so deep in love with him. Soon after, he posted another thing and it was a video of him and a girl on FaceTime while she was touching herself. I was so hot and hurt and just angry. I realized he wasn't good for me. I did the thing where I stayed with him until I hated him. He kept talking to girls and even started telling me who he was talking to. He did not give a about me and how I felt. He even sent me a video of him giving another girl back shots. Eventually, I did not care and I became nonchalant to him. We broke up and I blocked him. But during the summer, it really hit me and I fell into a depression because of him. Now I'm doing good. I had to take a break from relationships to focus on school. I met a new guy. He's so sweet. He buys me flowers almost every 2 weeks. He go out on days to make me feel like I'm the only girl in the world. He's so communicative, and I just thank God that he let me see the real truth about Liar. I know this story was probably long, and I didn't include all the details because I didn't want it to be too long, but thank you for reading it, and I love your channel. I have so many more stories to tell you. You inspire me to eventually make my own channel and tell them one day. Keep going, girl. Oh my God, that was crazy. I have a lot of questions. One says, why was your parents letting you fly out to Chicago to go to prom? Like, y'all was in high school. That is wild. That's one. And then two, that's so crazy. You know, when you young, you do kind of like, I feel like when it come down to being young, back then, you know, when we used to be young and a girl would go through certain stuff, you really be calling her dumb. But now that I'm older, I realize when you're young, you're literally be dumb. You don't know, you know right from wrong, but it be like, it's different. So it's like, I kind of be giving it a pass. Like, when I be now telling stories and I be seeing people in the comments like, girl, you was young, I look back like, damn, yeah, my younger self. But I feel like at this big age, No, but you was young, sis, so you gotta live and you learn. But I'm happy that you found somebody who makes you so happy. That's all that matters. Like, finding your person and a person that's gonna show you, because don't settle for nothing. Because if a man wants to, he will. So yeah, thank you so much for sharing, sis. That was a good story. And of course, we want the other ones. And if you do plan on making a channel, you already know what time it is. Let us know, because we supportive over here. So yeah, let's get into the next story. All right, y'all, so let's get to this next story. So this one is titled Prepare to be Bamboozled. And let's get into it. So it says, hey Pooh, I'm back. Tell the girlies the full story on how I got glizzy whipped. That's what we're gonna say. Glizzy whipped by my homegirl baby daddy being thirsty for $200 in gas money to take her over there. Shaking my head. Oh, I remember. We wanted to know. Okay. Disclaimer. This is gonna be a long story, so grab some snacks and enjoy the tea. You can call me Nay and my homegirl Shelly. Before all of the chaos took place, me and all of my friends were drinking at Shelly's cousin's house. We live in Vegas. Having fun, talking shit, you know, the usual girl talk. Everything was cool throughout the day. So fast forward about 6 p.m. around this time, it was daylight savings, so it was already dark outside. I cut back on drinking because I had work the next day at 10 a.m. and I was known for having hangovers every time I drink. My friends kept drinking though, especially Shelly. Around this time, she was having baby mama, baby daddy drama. Basically, her baby daddy was keeping her kids away from her, and his new baby mama would harass / talk shit to her about her kids. Nonetheless, they didn't get along, and it gave on sight if they ever seen each other. So occasionally I would scan the room with my eyes, just looking around at everybody turning up, and I seen that Shelly was on her phone typing fast as fuck, and she was arguing with someone through text. When I noticed that, so did her cousin. So we started being nosy, asking her who she was talking to, and she said her baby daddy other baby mama. We're gonna call her Pit Bull. So she's telling us what she was saying, and Pitbull basically was talking shit about one of her kids. And Shelly was drunk as fuck. She flat out asked me to drive her to Cali to go run down on this girl. Now my first thought was, girl, bye. But I guess she seen my facial expression and said, I'll give you $200. Now at this time, I had just paid my rent and needed that little $200. Don't judge me. At the time, I had a little Honda Civic that took $20 to fill in my tank, so I knew it was nothing to do a turnaround. I said yes. That tipsy decision would come back and bite me in the ass. After I said yes, she said, let's go right now. So we did exactly that. We went to the gas station, filled up, and hit the freeway. So fast forward to us getting to the city they lived in. Pitbull and her baby daddy did not know we were coming, so we pulled up a few houses down. She said she would be right back. Being me, I knew Pitbull didn't fight fair, so I got out of the car and stayed a few feet behind Shelly, just in case she had friends in the house with her and they wanted to come and be on demon time. Bad idea. So Shelly goes to the door and knocks. Once nobody answered, so she started beating on the door till Pitbull answered the door. Once Pitbull answered the door, Shelly told her to come outside. She needed that. White Pitbull closed the door and tell Shelly baby dad that she was there to fight her, and all you hear is scrambling and hella voices in the house. At this point, I knew it was finna be some shit, but I wasn't prepared for what was actually about to happen. Pitbull and her baby daddy came outside along with 3 girls. When Shelly was squaring up with Pitbull, I guess Shelly had pepper spray in her hand and pepper sprayed Pitbull, and then they took off on her. She was whooping her feet. Once Pitbull said, this bitch just sprayed me, all hell broke loose, and her baby daddy walked up to me with his glizzy out and said he would unalive me. I was so shook, no lie. I don't know why. I immediately put my hands up like I was under arrest. She put a crying laughing face. I wasn't on shit, so he went up to Shelly and Pitbull were fighting with his glizzy. Not once, not twice, but like 5 or 6 times. Homegirl went down to the ground after, and Pitbull was doing too much. So I tried to help her up, and when I did that, Pitbull took off on me, and we started fighting. I guess I was whipping her ass too, because next thing you know, something hard hit me in the back of my head and my ears started ringing. But my adrenaline was so high, I never stopped swinging. I just couldn't see anything. By the time I looked up, I was fighting somebody else. No, I did not know who it was, and it probably was one of the 3 girls that came out of the house. And Pitbull and the baby daddy was basically jumping Shelly. Once I seen that, I stopped fighting the girl and ran to them. At this point, I knew her baby daddy was crazy, as fuck, so I didn't even try to hit him or nothing, because he has a glizzy, whipping her hard as fuck. Wow. I was just saying, she's done, we finna leave. We finna leave, over and over again. They eventually listened to me and stopped. So I helped Shelly up and homegirl was dazed. My ears were still ringing, they fucked us up. Well, really he did, cause Pitbull and whoever else that girl wasn't getting taxed. But anyway, we get back in my car and pulled off. By this time I needed more gas to get back to Vegas. So we go to the gas station. She put the gas in, and I mentioned the money because, girl, I just got beat up by your baby daddy. Now it's $500. She gave me the money and we left. But listen, while on the way back home, we were passing Baker, California, going up that big hill. If you drive to Vegas often from Cali, then you know what I'm talking about. And my car broke down. All this happened on New Year's Eve, and no, I didn't make it to work the next day. We woke up sore and limp. Woo, child of Ghetto, never the fuck again. I learned my lesson. P.S. I did leave a lot of details out. This was already long, LOL. But why later, and like 6 months later, the baby daddy went to jail for unaliving somebody? Shaking my head. I love you, Symone. Thank you for sharing my story. Keep being great. I want to start my own channel. I have a lot of crazy stories to tell. If you didn't take anything from this story, just say go with your gut and don't be thirsty. Oh my God, no, for real, sis. I can't even judge you, because I would have probably been like, come on, girl. Ooh, because it's like, if you know, well, I don't know what city they was in, but like from LA to Vegas, y'all hear kids outside, it's in the daytime, but from LA to Vegas, that's a 4-hour drive. So it's like no telling what city they was in. It could have been like even less. So okay, yeah, they arguing. But anyway, like I said, girl, that is crazy. We want the more stories. And like I said to the girl before, if you make a channel, go ahead and let us know, because we want to know. And that was crazy. Her baby daddy is crazy, because why is you pissed with me, your baby mama? I know that. Why did y'all come out there? I know that's probably what was going on in his mind. Like, you thirsty as hell, drove to a different state. But boy, you did not have to do that. It was 2 women fighting. He could have called the police if that's how they felt. But that's crazy as hell. We do want to know more. If you got more stories for us. But if not, if you make your own channel, we want to hear them too. So yeah, thank you so much for sharing. Let's get into the next story. All right, you guys, so I'm back with another one. I don't know how many I'm gonna do. This might be the last one, because now that I'm thinking about it, I'm already 3 in and I haven't left yet. So yeah, we're gonna see though. So this one is titled, I had a secret relationship with my best friend's uncle. So it says, hey Symone girl, I love your content and you are a part of my weekly routine, LOL. I have a crazy story time for you. It's pretty lengthy, so I'm gonna get straight into it. So boom. This took place going into summer of 2020, right before the pandemic started, and lasted the whole summer. I was 22 or 23 years old at the time, can't remember. For the sake of the story, I'm gonna call my best friend Isha. We've been best friends since 9th grade. She kept telling me leading up to this day how her uncle, we gonna call him Rick, her mother's brother, just got out of jail. He was 31. Mind you, our entire friendship, she was saying how her uncle was this little cuckoo and a little off in the head. Fast forward to 2020, one day me and Isha was chilling, smoking at my house. Isha uncle text her, was like, I'm selling tree. I want you to try it out. I'ma slide you something for the free, blah, blah, blah. So she was like, bet. I'm at my homegirl house, pull up. When she gets to my apartment, she tell her to come outside with me. I want you to see my uncle. I want you to be my uncle. So I go outside. She like, this is my friend T, for the sake of the story. So I think nothing of this meeting. We go back into the house. Like a week later, I'm at her house and we were smoking our tree. And I went over there to comfort her because she had a breakup with her boyfriend. One of her other friends was over as well. Her uncle ended up pulling up with a bottle. We getting drunk, having a good time, and me and Uncle Rick giving each other the side eye the whole time. It just so happens during the festivities, my phone screen completely goes black. So I'm like, fuck, my phone is broken. So he says, I have an old iPhone in my car. If you want to just put your SIM card in, I could go grab it. About 15 minutes later, I walk my hot tail self downstairs to meet this man in his car to get the phone. I sit in the passenger seat. We get to talking. It turned into kissing and touching in this man's car in my best friend's driveway. We didn't do anything further. Don't judge me, y'all. So what was supposed to be a 5-minute transaction turned into like an hour of being gone, and my friend and her other homegirl started to notice I'm gone. So they called me back in, and I go back in like nothing happened. It's like 1 or 2 a.m. at this point, and her friend decided to leave. Isha wanted to pick up her man so they could work on things. So she asked me if I could stay until she went to pick him up, so I could watch her daughter who was sleeping in the room. So she leaves, he comes back in, and he eats my vagina on the couch. At this point, I'm shook and I'm in love, laughing my ass off. We didn't have sex, and and when my friend walks in, we were almost caught. After that, I tell him to follow me. To my house. We have, they did the do, and it was so fucking amazing. We end up having relations for about a month, playing house, and he's spending the night. Keeping all of this away from my best friend that I tell it all to. So one night we chilling, drinking, and baby calls his phone. And somebody named Baby, and she put like that. So it's like somebody storing his phone named Baby calls his phone. Which my best friend could have told me he had a woman if I had not been keeping this from her. So at this point I'm in too deep. I still decided to mess with him. He come over every day and we have, they do the do. He asked to record off his phone, so I'm like, cool, because this wasn't my first time we did that. So he records it with Snapchat camera, and I accidentally posted it. I didn't even realize until about a minute later, and it was already at a few views. Oh my god, I was so ashamed. Fast forward, I found out that his woman was a woman who graduated high school with my mama and used to be friends. What? And she worked overnight shifts and had 3 grown-ass kids. I'm like, what the fuck? This is when things started to get messy. And I'm like, I gotta tell Isha. So I tell her months later, and she was disgusted, but wasn't upset at all. But she was like, yes, him and his woman been together for like 10 years. She held him down while he was in jail. She's way older than him. Once I decided that I was done with him, he got crazy. He came over one day and faked like he was about to have a seizure because he told me before he used to have them in the past. So that scared me, and I'm like, he's fucking crazy, and he can't come back. A week later, he blew my phone up, and he FaceTimed me, and I answered finally. He was standing at my gas tank with a bandana and a lighter saying he was about to set my car on fire. I run outside laughing my ass off. I'm like, you tripping, chill out. We talk, I get him to leave. Then maybe a few weeks later, he starts texting me off text apps. Then a few weeks later, he started texting me off text apps, came to my house, ringing the doorbell like crazy. I answer, I'm like, go away. And he was crying, well, fake crying. Please, my uncle just died. I need you. Please, my uncle just died. I need you. Just let me have a shot. Laughing my ass up. I'm like, go away. I call Isha. I'm like, Rick over here tripping. She like, Rick, just come over here. She like, Rick, just come over here. My boyfriend got some beer in the fridge. He like, I don't want no beer, laughing my ass off. I ended up getting him to leave, and months went by. She, his woman, ended up texting me saying, I got your number from Rick. Is there something you need to tell me? My reply was, well, talk to Rick. So I'm guessing she had found out about me. We were already done, so I really didn't care. He later texted me off an app in October, and I was with a new man at the time who was a cop, with the video of him hitting me from the back that I never knew he recorded. So I blocked that number too. He eventually stopped, but woo, I learned my lesson. Baby, never sneak around on your best friend's uncle. I'm gonna include some pictures, but just for you, so don't share. Oh, and she showed me the pictures. This is crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. Not the uncle being crazy. You know what? It's crazy because I have a story where I was dealing with somebody, like a friend, like a family member, and I didn't want to tell the friend, and the person ended up being crazy. And that'd be the worst because it'd be like, fuck, I should just tell you because this person is crazy as fuck that you probably would have told me, like, girl, don't mess with him. But that's crazy as hell. Like, not him sending you videos with a bandana. And then it's like, you incriminating yourself, sir. Like, you literally calling me and doing all this stuff. I could have been screen recording you. Like, you send me, like, you're really incriminating yourself. Just crazy. I guess he probably wants to go back to jail. Maybe he missed somebody in there too. No, I'm just kidding. But thank you so much for sharing, sis. That was good. That was good. I like that.